Greetings, everybody. My name is Bradley Ledoux, and I'm down here in True Detective Land.
Ooh, you got just Sonic Ledoux over here, and I'm ready to talk to you about some true crime.
And my name is Ledoux.
Ledoux.
And we are here to talk about Ledoux. Sorry, some of our Patreon supporters like it when we say Ledoux. And if you don't, you're fucked, because I'm going to say Ledoux.
It's kind of wormed its way into my vocabulary in a very parasitic way.
You changed your name on Discord to just Sonic Ledoux.
And it's very good.
It is very good.
It was very fitting.
My name is Brad, and this is Popcorn Dogs.
I'm Tyler, and we're going to talk about a 10 out of 10 episode.
We are part of the Hair of the Dogcast Network. Check out all the other amazing shows on the Hair of the Dogcast Network. And yes, we are going in to episode 8 of True Detective Season 1.
It's been weeks since I left my mark. Would that they had eyes to see.
You know something, you're obstructing.
We don't know. This is closer. Take off your mask.
He's gonna come for you. He's worse than anybody.
Like we mentioned in the prior episode, it's hard to quantify when a show is so good and anticipation has been built up for so long now. This isn't a prime Game of Thrones season 2, season 3 ending where you're on the edge of your seat, but there's another season. There has been anticipation every episode growing and growing and growing and growing. And then very quickly, though, 8 weeks after it started, all of a sudden, you know that these two characters, this is the end for the show. And that slow ramp up of 2 months of insane, just it gets better and better. And then all of a sudden you're arriving to this 1 hour of programming where it is simply one of the best experiences of your life.
Yeah. If I could go back in time and re-experience this entire series for the first time again, if I had a genie, that would be one of my wishes, probably.
It sounds hyperbolic, but this is as good as TV entertainment, as filmmaking, as a series, a limited series. This is as good as it gets. And I think that this, not that I've seen a lot of, where it's the limited series, where standalone season of a show. 8 episodes, in and out, we're done. I don't remember another one before this. We got Band of Brothers. Okay, Band of Brothers.
Yeah, Band of Brothers is really good.
I knew the ending before we got there.
Yeah. It wasn't out then, but the closest I think we've come to capturing this magic again was Chernobyl.
And again, I knew the ending.
Yeah, I knew the ending, but it was...
when they started the finale in the first episode of that show.
Yeah, that's true. That's another really good one.
I watch that show once a year, and it's still...
Chernobyl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch it once a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fucking good.
It's perfect.
And now I think I'm going to keep the same tradition going with True Detective, because I rewatch Breaking Bad every 2 years.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
We're on a Better Call Saul rewatch, and it's just...
It's so good.
Succulent.
Yes.
But yeah, so the anticipation going into episode 8 of True Detective Foreman Void couldn't have been higher. This premiered March 9th, 2014.
I was working at Chipotle in Madison, Wisconsin. I was a kitchen manager, and all me and my buddy Ellis could talk about was True Detective.
I was delivering beer at Indeed Brewing in the Twin Cities, and at one point, me and my coworker, we were talking about the scene with the gun at the Ledoux household. And my boss came up, he's like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about over here doing air machine guns?" I was like, "You just won't get it, man." Shit, we don't work, we just dream. He's like, "Get to work, you assholes." But yeah, so 2014, a little over 12 years old. And the opening of this episode will surprise the fuck out of you. This show, you follow Rust and you follow Marty, you dabble in Maggie. That's mostly what you're getting. Maybe some Gilbo and Papania. But this opens up hard on Errol Childress, on the Scarred Man. And this was confusing the first time I saw it, because to spend this much time with someone that is so hard to perceive. This person simultaneously comes off as an uneducated hick who just mows the lawns for schools. And then he can just switch on, like he's erudite. He speaks in accents. He's very clever. And to have evaded as long as he has, he lives in a very isolated, confined environment where he is the master of his domain.
Yes.
So we open on the scarred man in the psycho cabin. He watches over a man bound to a bed frame. This is straight out of Seven. The walls are fucking covered in writing. And there is a man who looks dead, fucking brutal. And we see big Errol Childress, big belly, scarred face. And he's like, warm out today, daddy. I'll bring you some water later.
Immediately, you're like, what the fuck?
We got to stop this, man. I'm all in. And the man tied to the bed frame is his father, William Lee, Billy Lee Childress.
And how long has he been dead?
I think it was recent.
It's got to be, because he's not like super decomposed.
They mention it was recent later on. The main house is a disaster. This is where set decorators need to be recognized and awarded for something like this. This is if somebody lives somewhere for 40 years in filth and slowly piling up nonsense and garbage is the only way to make a place like this, to create it and fabricate it. I don't even know where to start. Where do you find 1,000 old newspapers and magazines?
Cans.
Just like piles of shit, piles of dishes, little old TV. And we see Errol, the scarred man, watching Cary Grant and James Mason in North by Northwest on TV, and he begins quoting the film and using a British accent. And this is something that children with absent parents, I guess, are more likely to do, is imitate television and imitate characters and pick up accents and stuff, because they're getting educated about experience, about relationships and everything through TV. And then he walks over and looks wistfully out of the window. He says, "It's been weeks since I left my mark." And I'm like, okay, so you're British?
Yeah,
His accents are good.
His accents are really good, and when he switches it up, I'm just like, the first thing I thought was like, okay, so he's got like multi-personality disorder or whatever. He's a schizo. Maybe not. This dude's just crazy.
And yes, he says, it's been weeks since I left my mark. Would that they had eyes to see. And this is a reference that he is looking to be found. He's leaving marks again because he is ready to be caught. Would that they had eyes to see. He is ready for his ascension, and that involves a confrontation. So he's kind of just like, I'm gonna have to go fucking kill again. These guys can't find me. And then his half-sister lover,
yes,
Betty, she comes over and she's like, "You haven't made flowers on me. It's been 2 weeks. Makes me sad is all." And I want you to know, me and my friends, we loved talking about making flowers on people for a while after this. And we would always, if somebody disappointed, was like, "Well, you don't want to go out tonight. Makes me sad is all." And "Get on my lap, lass." Oh, he's Scottish now. He's like, what does he say? Says it's been 3 weeks since he made flowers. And Errol, he's still actually, then he goes British again. "My ascension removes me from the disc in the loop." The disc in the loop, his ascension is removing him from, the regular schedule, the regular flower making. He is attempting ascension. It requires him to not maybe have love with his sister. Sorry, lady.
Yeah, we've all been there.
We've all been there. And he says, "I'm near the final stage. Some mornings I can see the infernal plane." So he's there.
Yeah, this guy's nuts. He's nuts.
And then Betty's sad, and he pulls her on his lap. "Get on me lap, lass. Is it because you're so slow in your mind and your thinking and the like? And get on me lap." His affectation is so spot on. And his like lovable Scottish accent, I'm like, it works. Because I'll pick up Leonard. I'm like, get in my arms, my lad. How are you doing there? And that's a fun accent. And he switches them very quickly. So it's hard to get a read on him because from the environment, you read uneducated, like trashy, simple-minded, and he is very, very intelligent. In a scary way. His sister, not so much, but he makes fun of her for being all slow and the like. and she's like, you're making fun of me. And then he starts finger banging her.
Yeah. It's gross.
Well, then he changes his voice. And I get a feeling like this is maybe his actual voice. Yeah, he kind of drops down low and Tell me about how Grandpa found you in the field. And he's very simple, very southern drawl. And she begins recalling about how her grandpa raped her, and he's finger blasting her. This is what they do. This is fun. You know, this is Friday night. We're going out. Tell me about Grandpa.
After this, we're going to go to Chili's.
Later in the show, we see him painting a building at a school playground and staring at children. Just fucking menacing.
Need better background checks.
Yeah. I know we need help.
But is that the guy?
He's rubbing his belly button looking at the kids.
He's got a scarred face, and he probably doesn't talk in accents at work. He probably is just normal.
Yeah.
But do we want that guy around kids? I don't think so. Even if he nailed the interview. He's scary.
It's so interesting how much of an enigma he is, even upon rewatching. Trying to parse out his specific kind of madness he's not what I expected, but I think just fantastically written and performed.
Yeah, absolutely. So now that we're done with that, thank God, because that was terrifying, we are going to go back to the boat.
Yeah, get back on the boat.
Steve is made to watch the video of Marie Fontenot and they make him handle the tape without gloves, which is like just a nice little thing so that his fingerprints are on it now.
Fuck you, Steve. When he's watching the tape too, they cut to an ultra wide shot of him screaming. Yeah, well, it turns out if you don't do police work, bad things happen, dude.
Yeah, Russ confirms that it is Marie Fontenot. Steve screams in terror, and he has to watch the whole thing, which is terrible. And they don't even give him any alcohol. As much like Russ says he can look at somebody and just quickly like determine the way Steve starts like responding to it. I also get the vibe like, well, he didn't know that this was happening. Yeah, he did not know that there was a creepy sex cult.
Yes.
Steve explains that Ted Childress, the sheriff at the time, changed the report, and he reiterates that the sheriff made the change and he had no reason to change it. Like, sheriff did it. Why would I even think to go? It's the sheriff.
Chain of command.
Yeah.
There's a chain of command. He keeps saying chain of command. And it's like, well, I mean, Nuremberg trials.
Yeah. But Steve did not know that this was going on.
Yeah, but also a little girl goes missing and someone's like, make the file go away.
Checkmate. You're right.
Yes.
Russ thinks he's not lying. He's like, yeah, this is pretty spot on.
He has a great line. He's like, I don't think he's lying. At least that he knows. At least that he's aware, anyways.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and Steve's like, the fuck is he talking about?
Russ knows that Steve's going to swing some dick now. He knows that once they leave...
I know you're going to want to start swinging dick on this one when you get out of here.
But Russ makes it clear if anything happens to Marty or him, that tape will be mailed out after being found in his possession with his fingerprints on it, and everything will be forwarded to media outlets. So he's like, you're fucked. If anything happens to me or Marty, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Russ also says that they have
and he's still like, fuck you, man. He doesn't. He's like, I don't care. And Russ is like, okay then.
Yep. And Russ puts his hand in the air and just whoosh, sniper shot.
First he threatens. He's like, I have a contract with a sniper.
Oh yeah, he does say that first. But yeah,
Steve, you will end up in the dirt if anything happens. And then Steve's still talking shit. then the signal and
Yeah. They shoot up his car, which is hilarious. And Steve is just so pissed at the end of the scene. He's like, "You motherfuckers!"
Yeah.
And like shot his tire out and everything. It's Dumaine?
sure, it's the bar owner who lost the kid.
He's sniping for Rust here. So then they bounce. But yeah, they have confirmation that it is Marie Fontenot, and now Steve is fucked.
But also, the investigation has seemed to hit a standstill. Like, they know that Steve wasn't aware of what happened. They know it was Ted Childress, but like, where do we go from here? So they're back at Hart Investigative Solutions. Birth records do not seem to exist. They seem to have hit a dead end on the relations. They can't keep finding any more on Childress's, on any of this. And Russ says, well, we just need to go back. We need to look through everything. Fresh eyes, totally green. And Marty's like, say that again. Fantastic Four? Much like they come up with a title at the end of that Fantastic Four movie. You know the meme, Tyler.
With the new one?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Okay, well, no, not the new one. The second one.
What do they say?
Well, at the very end, the thing goes, we're like, what are we, some Fantastic Four? And then the one leader goes, say that again. Like he just named the fucking group.
Oh, yeah.
And at the end of this, Russ says, we need to look at everything with fresh eyes, totally green. And Marty's like, wait a second, green? And this sets Marty to thinking about the green-eared spaghetti monster. He's like, why was it green? What is that? And he deduces it must have been green paint. Because, like, it's specific. Why is it green? That there's something there. And Russ took a picture back in 1995 when they were investigating, and they were investigating the child running through the woods. There's a picture of a house with fresh green paint. And Russ gives the best compliment to Marty he's ever given. He says, fuck you, man.
Yeah, and Rust's eyes are like saucers when he sees, because they compare the kind of worn down photo to the new one.
Yeah.
The fresh paint.
Fresh paint.
And
it was right around when it happened, green paint.
Yep. And Rust's eyes are like, holy shit.
It's sometimes I think about this and it feels too tenuous or like out of nowhere. This does work to me just because I think paint and degradation does happen so quickly down south. I was thinking about Fiji today and just like humid southern climates, like things seem to melt. And for that paint to look that fresh back then, recently after something had gone missing, green paint, sure, I think it works. And especially in a small town, fresh green paint in that small area, sure.
And they kind of set this up earlier in this show when I think it's when Russ is talking to the two detectives where he's like, he says a line where he's like, you never know what that, when they're talking about the ledger, why he writes everything down the way he does. And he's like, you never know what that thing's going to be that just snaps everything into focus.
Yes.
They point this out earlier, and this is that moment. So we actually get to see it happen where Marty has that epiphany where they pretty much, this is the moment the case gets solved. This is going to put them right down the path.
And I just love Russ. He's like, fuck you, man.
It's such a loving fuck you.
Yeah. I just was watching The Wire the other day. That episode where, have you seen The Wire?
Yeah.
Where McNulty and Bunk solved that entire, the entire murder scene. Like, fuckity, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. It's like, yeah, it's the amount of emotion given to this fuck you, man. It is like, I doth tip my hat to you, sir.
Yeah, this is essentially what Russ is doing.
Fuck you, man.
So now they're driving, and Marty is concerned about their fight note too, which is such a Marty thing to do. He wants to know if Russ was holding back because Marty's ego is still in there somewhere.
At this point, they're like, okay, well, this is getting pretty serious. Let's talk about the fight.
Yeah. And it's a good way that like they get back to knowing each other. They are actually like, I think kind of, they feels like they're becoming more friends now than they were when they were partners.
Because they're literally the only
two people they got.
Well, and nobody else is on their level. It was like when I would be talking with somebody that ran an Elden Ring podcast for like 50 episodes. I'm like, there's not a lot of us out there. Like you and I are in this weird level right now. And I mean, Russ and Marty are like, nobody else is understanding what they're going through. So yeah, they're friends. They're opening up more.
Yeah. And yeah, Marty
Are you holding back?
Yeah, because his ego is still inside his shell of a human body that he has going on. And Russ is like, I would have had to kill you to stop you. Like, you came at me like a rabid dog.
Straight up, Russ is lying. Russ was holding back.
Yeah, Russ would have destroyed Marty.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
The fact that he calmly grabbed his hands in that one altercation in the locker room, it's like, do you really want to lose your thumbs about this?
Yeah, I'll just snap your wrists real quick.
Russ knows what he's doing, but yeah, Russ is kind. He's like, yeah, I would have had to kill you to stop you.
Yeah, he placates him. Russ says that he blames Marty, though, for Maggie and him. He says,
good for Russ. He's like, you know what? What happened with me and Maggie, that's on you, brother.
You pushed a good woman real far. Like, yeah. Then that is, I think, something that needs to be said, too, because that moment with Maggie did fuck everything up. And it's Maggie's fault. It's also Marty's fault.
It's if Marty hadn't been a horrible sack of shit, and Russ starts pontificating and philosophizing as Russ is wont to do, and he starts talking about, he's like, oh, we're all just sentient meat, value judgments, and he's just kind of like mumbling about stuff like that.
What's a scented meat?
I fucking love. I don't know if Marty's fucking with him at this point. What scented meat? How do you cut down Russ? It's like acknowledging he's talking and just like saying, dude, fucking whatever, man. Scented meat. I think that's one of my favorite responses to Russ high hill he likes to go to.
If one person on this planet that I think could cut down Russ would be my brother Justin, because that dude just like, he got a good way of picking on you.
Yeah.
When you talk to him in a way that only he can do it. He would be really good at it.
Dude, I have been so brutal lately on the job site. All I'm doing is working with like CW1s and 2s, and they're like 19-year-old kids. And I just, from the moment we get there, I'm like, you're the worst driver I've ever seen. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You're wearing this right now. Why is that not splice? And I was telling my coworker, I'm like, I think I'm a little harsh on these kids. And it's something about working in construction, because when I was working in the brewing industry, it's like you're kind of a little PC, a little friendly. And this is like, what is the meanest, most harsh thing you can say to someone? That's all we do all day with each other. And it's so fun. I can say, Mike, you look like the biggest piece of white trash, water trash I've ever seen. And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
You hipster fucking grandpa. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't know. It's fun being able to be brutally honest with somebody. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, so they have a little bit of a conversation in the car. They end up going to the greenhouse. They find the previous owner. She says that she paid Childress and Sons to paint the home, and one of them was a scarred man. Now
and at this point, we're like, yeah, we got it.
Yeah, we're on the trail.
We're cooking.
Hot on the case.
To know who painted the house, I'm like, business.
Now we can look up tax records.
Businesses have records.
Tax records find a business address. They did a lot of work around schools and playgrounds, and they have an address. So now we're cooking. We got it.
And I'm looking, I'm like, we have 40 minutes left. Holy shit.
What is going to happen?
It's just going to be like a regular type shootout. Is anything weird going to happen? And, you're having your debate with yourself the past like few weeks. They keep mentioning Carcosa. They keep mentioning the Yellow King and him who eats time. And you're wondering, how supernatural? Is it going to be supernatural? Is it going to just be, some voodoo like human shit? And I'm wondering what's going to happen, and will we see anything bizarre?
Yeah, I think I like what they did here. I think it's the perfect amount, unlike season 4 that sucked.
I like season 4 less than when I watched it. I still remember liking a lot of it. But, if you give me Jodie Foster, it's Jodie Foster, right? Yeah. If you give me Jodie Foster, I'm fine for a season. And I like the other actress a lot too. Even if it's just them kind of hanging out. Plus, you got that little the guy from Dunkin' Egg who plays Arian Brightflame. He's one of the young cops.
Oh, he is, yeah.
Yep. I'm like, I like the crew enough. But
casting's good.
The final planning, So Rust has a line of large envelopes, copies of tapes, all of the information, all of the evidence, and he tells Dumaine, you mail these out if you don't hear from me within 24 hours. No matter what, mail them out. No matter what. And at this point, Marty is at a cafe with Papa Nia, the younger of the two other detectives. And he's like, I saw what you're doing, hanging out with Rust. I saw you in the storage shed. What are you guys up to? And Marty's like, okay. All I want to know is if we get something, do you want the call? And he's like, fuck you, man, whatever, fuck you. And he's like, do you want the call? And he's like, yeah, I want the call. And he even mentions, like, why me? Why not Gilbo? And he's like, I can't get a read on him. I know you want to do the right thing. He's like, yeah, if you got something, give me the call. And so, perfect. They're like, all right, now we can go out to this place and we'll call cavalry if we need to, if we find something.
Yep. And now it begins. The end of the show. We get to Carcosa. There is no cell phone service here. Russ confirms.
They go to the business address of Childress and Sons. Yes.
And there is no cell phone service. Russ is looking around, and as he's looking around, he just confirms. He looks at Marty. He's like, this is it.
Not only is this is it, he's like, call cavalry now.
Yeah,
he's
immediately
that quick on it. And I'm still like, it's to me, I'm like, maybe you're slow a little bit. But he's like, no, this is it. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, go call Papa. Because I don't know how to say that name.
Papa Neo.
I'm not even going to try. Marty goes to the house to ask for a phone, and Betty asks him to leave.
There's no one here, mister.
We don't have a phone.
No one's made flowers on me.
Will you make flowers on me?
Shut up.
And then Marty has another affair.
Major twist.
Marty, what are we doing?
Match.com has been dry.
She says William Childress doesn't live here. When pushed again, because he's being real adamant, and he's like, she's got like the chain of the door open. She's just like peeking through the little like break in the door.
Where is he?
When Marty pushes at her again, she says, he is all around us. Before you were born and after you die. Marty pushes the door in.
She speaks like
I
like Frogman from Resident Evil Village.
She speaks like a full-grown baby. She literally speaks like a full-grown baby.
The dirt was born.
An adult baby.
And, it's easy to make fun of her. She was viciously raped by her grandpa and raised in squalor and filth. Passing judgment is always tough on people who were in those situations. But yeah, she's a horrible fucking monster. Marty pushes the door in.
Yep. Marty then clears the house and finds Betty, and she's like rocking back and forth in a corner, I think.
Yep.
Or recall correctly.
Laughing at him.
Yeah.
And this is and concurrently, Russ is doing other stuff. Yeah. But this is just what's happening with Marty. After using the phone, he chases after Russ, comes out, and he goes to the shed, and he finds the body of William Childress, whose mouth is sewn shut.
Yeah.
He was tired of hearing his daddy talk.
Not great. So now, following Rust,
yes.
Rust he follows a dog that's been murdered by Errol. He sees him in the distance, which is a really good shot because now, that's him.
This is the only way a giant, overweight man will get away from Russ Cohle. He's got a 100-yard head start.
Yeah. And it's such a... On subsequent rewatches, it makes me laugh. But the first time, it was kind of spooky because he just stands there. And then when...
Freeze, motherfucker.
Yeah. Russ points his gun. He just...
and he goes, no.
And then just dips.
Yeah. I was like, oh, he's nimble.
Oh, he's fast as fuck.
He's nimble on them toes.
Yeah. So then he runs into Carcosa, and Russ chases him in there. Carcosa is an abandoned Civil War fort.
Truly. This is where they filmed an abandoned Civil War fort.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And the set design is out of control.
Yeah, there's like branches and like vines and devil snare traps and like...
That are all, though, life size now. They're like 8 foot tall devil traps. So you're in it.
And you're the just winding, confusing labyrinth of tunnels. And the entire time that Rust is like going through there, I'm like freaking out. And I was like, dude, Marty is not going to be able to fucking find you. You need to slow down. Wait for Marty. Don't take this guy on alone. And the entire time I'm freaking out like that, Marty is now coming out of the house and he finds the dead dog and the guy with his mouth sewn shut. And I was like, Marty, you need to fucking move.
And it's so clearly not necessarily a trap, but it is a path that Errol wants Rust to be on. He's like, he leads him, he guides him in. Errol wanted this to happen.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And he's even thought about what he's going to say.
And what does he say? He says, "Come on inside, little priest. Take the bride's path."
Take the bride's path. This is what I would imagine. We're going to try and break some of this down.
Yeah.
I imagine this would be the path that they made their victims walk. The children.
Absolutely.
Yes, drug up the children, the women, and guide them through this horrible maze, the bride's path. And that is what this, and he refers to him as little priest, someone who's out there preaching his own beliefs, and his ascension involves taking this priest, forcing him through this path, and confrontation.
For the culmination of the entire series to have Rust walking the bride's path is just absolutely, I'm so in.
That's the path that they have been following and tracing.
We are finally here. He continues speaking, "This is Carcosa. You know what they did to me, what I will do to all the sons and daughters of man."
So, you know what they did to me. He was a victim before he was the monster. Yes. And he's like, I'm going to do this to everybody. This is straight Dung Eater from Elden Ring talk. I will curse everyone.
He is very Dung Eater.
I think Dung Eater was nicer. And that guy cursed you by ripping out through your butthole. Like, Dung Eater was a bad dude from Elden Ring. If you're not into Elden Ring, check out 70 episodes of Elden Dogs.
He says, "You blessed Reggie and Dwal, acolytes, witnesses to my journey. Lovers, I am not ashamed."
So you blessed, you killed them. He considers killing someone as a blessing, allowing them to transcend. They are all around us. You are going to come back anyways, flat circle, but you're also part of the greater thing. And acolytes, witnesses to my journey, he believes, I think, that he is above them. And at this point, I think those two were kind of, oh, we don't do that Carcosa stuff. We're just regular pedophiles.
Yeah, we're
regular monsters.
Yeah, we're not super monsters.
He's kind of a weirdo. And lovers, I am not ashamed. They all were fucking each other.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, big old pedophile orgies. And they probably, I mean, the entire time too, especially back then, like his connection to Childress and like his family secret thing. I mean, the Ledoux's probably buddied up with him too, because there was a benefit in like power, money, and being able to stay hidden as long as they could.
This kind of thing cannot exist without some sort of higher level of protection.
Yes.
Yeah, and money.
Yes. So they were all lovers. He says, "I'm not ashamed," and then he finishes his little speech with Rust with, "Come die with me, little priest."
His ascension involves death. He wants to die, and he wants to take him with him.
Yep. And I am on the edge of my seat. I am so scared for Rust at this point.
Rust is continuing. He finds a giant fog gate, and he knows if I walk through this fog gate, there's a boss on the other side.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean here, folks. There is clearly the final boss arena. There is the giant skylight. It is a big circle in the middle of the arena. I'm like, you found the center of the maze. That's all. That's the center of everything. And yeah, a giant skylight, natural light coming through. And there is a giant stick figure with in yellow with 3 skulls for heads. And I'm like, oh yeah, oh shit.
It's the Yellow King.
It's the Yellow King. And not only is it the Yellow King has 3 heads. And I imagine this is other people that may have ascended. And Yellow King is not like a singular person, a singular deity. It is like this group concept that he will become another part of the Yellow King. bring your own lore and your own speculation, because this is not written in writing. I'm not saying this is what it is, but to me, I'm like, the fact that there's 3 skulls means 3 people have become part of the Yellow King and have ascended. That's what I read in as someone who plays a lot of FromSoft. To me, this is just so FromSoft coded as environmental storytelling, super subtle, and if you're not looking for it, you won't find it. But that's the Yellow King. We see the Yellow King.
Finally.
They don't. He kind of walks towards it, and at this point, Russ sees a swirling cloud and what looks like a galaxy overhead, and it's like, yo, this is not the time for your acid flashbacks, my dude.
Yeah, he's tripping. He's hallucinating.
And at this point, I'm like, this is the exact perfect amount of that Cajun, New Orleans, voodoo, supernatural level of bullshits I want. It's been established that Russ sees some stuff, and that's because he did so many years of deep undercover, heavy drug work. He has issues in his brain. And it culminating all in the final boss arena in front of the Yellow King in Carcosa. It's like a plane going at 1 billion miles per hour trying to land on like the tiniest jet carrier. And he's like, I got it. It's fucking fine. We're going to land this thing. And we're perfect. No eyes. Yep. It's so just like flawless in its arrival to this moment. I'm just like so high on this show. And I just talked for like 20 minutes on 2 sentences. I'm fucking pumped. I'm so excited. At this point, Errol stabs Rust, sneaks up on him, in only the way a TV show can deliver a 250-pound man sneaking up on someone. But he's also having an ass flashback. He stabs him and lifts him up. Ugh. And my God, I don't like walking down flight of stairs myself. That sounds painful. To be lifted up with a fucking knife by this guy, and he's got his eyes wide open. He is angry.
Yeah, and Rust, I'm scared.
And Rust has like, it's a painterly image of these two. And Rust, his like long hair and his eyes are fucking wide and weak and weepy. And he starts headbutting the shit out of this dude, and he breaks free.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And he is bleeding out on the ground, knife still in. And and Errol's coming at him, ready to finish the job. At this point, Marty arrives, shoots Errol multiple times, but Errol turns and whips an axe at Marty. Boom.
Right in the chest.
Takes him out. And Errol then walks over to Marty, pulls the axe out, and he's about to finish Marty, and he is shot by Rust. They save each other's lives.
Yep. Shoots him right in the back of the head.
If Marty hadn't been there, Rust would be dead. If Rust hadn't survived, he wouldn't have saved Marty. These two, now as Boss Na says, they have the life debt.
Yes.
They saved each other's lives. It's so perfect. And, you know, a lot of people, when this episode was coming out, they're like, Rust should die. Rust deserves to die at this point. Like, it's like a better ending for him to like, he did what he needed to. He's had a rough life. This is the way out, succeeding. And the fact that they save each other, and Russ pulls the knife out, and they're just looking up at the stars through the little skylight, and they see a flare overhead. They're saved by Papania and Gilbo. And to me, it would have been so easy to kill them off. And I know at one point they even toyed with the idea of once... I don't know how much they toyed with it. They considered it where Gilbo and Papania would get to the boss arena and they would, like, nothing was there at all, and like they disappeared. And I'm like, nope, that would have been bad. Too supernatural. And if they both died, it seems too easy. Like, you don't have to find a conclusion for the characters. So instead, they're both fucking dying out, and then we cut ahead.
I agree. I think it would have been way too easy to just kill both the characters. Rust would have you could have made a pretty bittersweet ending with Rust. That way he's like gone and, you know, he's with his daughter now or whatever. You could do that. But the way they do it here, we'll talk about it in a second, is way better.
It's like they have their cake and then they eat it too. But they have a 7-course meal and then they eat it too.
Yeah, they really, the hospital.
3 cases of High Life. And then they drink it too. Like they get all of it. I don't know how they pull it off. It's the best ending of sorry, I'm ahead of myself.
It really is one of the best endings I've ever seen. And There's a big rumor mill that like Pizzolato saw all the comments on Reddit on what should have happened in season 1, and if you look at season 2, a lot of what people said it just happens. Like
he has come out and said though that's not how he does it.
No, I think he wanted to do something different. But yeah, anyway, we get to the hospital here. It's been a few days. Gilbo and Papania visit Marty at the hospital, and they inform him that Errol and Betty were Billy Childress's children. And the tools at the shed match the weapons in the Lake Charles and Dora Lang murders, effectively closing the entire case.
This is the physical evidence they were missing from the Ledoux household. These are the murderers of that specific those murders.
Yeah, and Marty doesn't give a fuck and doesn't want to hear it.
It's interesting because they're trying to like, this is what happened. This. And Marty's like, fuck off.
I don't care.
I'm dying. I'm in a hospital, and the last thing I want to hear is about. It turns out he was fucking his fucker and this cousin and this, like, whoa.
Because Marty and subsequently Russ at this point know what they know. They figured it out.
Yeah.
It's done.
It's like, yeah, no shit. We got this figured out, guys. We got this weeks ago.
Yeah. We've been on this case since 1990, in the fucking 90s, man. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, he's informed that Russ did survive, but he remains in a coma after surgery. So now I'm breathing a little sigh of relief because I really did not want Russ to die. I love Russ.
As much as Russ himself wanted to die.
Yes. Maggie and the girls come in, and then my heart breaks. My heart just shatters into a million tiny little pieces because Maggie comes in with the daughters. The girls come in. Marty attempts to say he's fine.
Oh,
and
I'm okay.
He finally breaks down. And it is, my heart literally exploded. I was so happy for Marty, but I am so sad because he could have had this. He could have had that family if he wasn't a lying piece of shit for so long. This could still be his life. And it's this one little tiny moment that he gets where he feels validated because they still love him because he is their father. And that is the father of her children. He gets that little moment.
Well, and no, it's not only that, but like, it's not that he lost that. It's like he's able to finally be vulnerable and rely on them. He still has the family. He never lost them. And it's,
yeah.
I mean, he lost his wife, but his family's still there. His daughters are there. And the woman he still loves, she still loves him too. And it's different, but he's able to, he breaks down. And,
it's so sad.
And it's him finally opening up, being a human and not being the idea of who his father was, the idea of who a cop is. It's him, I'm hurt, I'm lonely, I'm depressed, and I got stabbed and fucking...
I almost died.
It was really scary. I've been scared a long time. And Match.com and TV dinners, and then this guy shows up, and he speaks British and Scottish. And Rust... And he just like he weeps for the first time, and it's just like the character arc that Marty needed was him being able to express himself and lean on his family and rely on them instead of trying to keep that part of him separate. I don't know. It's him kind of finally actualizing that it's okay to be weak, to be wrong, to be depressed. And it's okay to rely on people.
Yeah.
Oh, my heart broke too.
Yeah, so sad.
We see a news report. And now the latest news update in the case of alleged Louisiana serial murderer Errol William Childress. It's a story that first broke nationwide 2 weeks ago when 2 former police officers, now private detectives, and a bartender. Not a private detective. He was actually just a bartender, we think. Very cool looking dude. He looks like he chain smokes, drinks a lot. And he talked about a lot of philosophy. We were confused, but we're going to call him a private detective for this one. Released information to a number of news agencies and law enforcement agencies. Our last update confirmed physical evidence at the suspect's home proved connections to dozens of missing persons.
We got like a John Wayne Gacy scenario going on here. They're like digging up the yard and finding human remains. Like this is going to be a big, big thing.
Just the number of skeletons and bones we saw alone in Carcosa unburied.
Yeah.
Hundreds. And they're going to be looking at those like, This actually just was a Civil War person. This was a child. This was 100 years old. This was 50 years old, 10 years old. And that's like terrifying. In the meantime, the state attorney general and the FBI have discredited rumors that the accused were in some way related to the family of Louisiana Senator Edwin Tuttle.
Fuck you, man.
Oh, Cousin Eddie, he's fine. It wasn't them. It was just some other people.
It's that weird part of the family that everybody has that you don't talk about.
Yes.
Fuck Edwin Tuttle. Rust is in a hospital bed. He's staring out at the stars. The next morning,
He's fucking... This is a long shot, too, where he looks like comatose. Just
huge black eye. Like, hair a mess. He's barely alive. He's barely alive at this point. The next morning, he wakes up and Marty is there. And this is...
I love these two. The fuck are you doing here?
Yeah. They're spoken like true best friends.
She's like, Jesus, man.
I just wanted to see how you're doing. And isn't he like eating a pudding cup or something at the same time? Russ tells Marty, he's like, I saw him, Marty. He was mowing that schoolyard in Pelican Island in 95. I couldn't tell how tall he was because he was sitting and his face was all dirty, but I saw him. Tuttles, man. Fucking men in the video. We didn't get them all. And Marty's like, it's okay. We got our guy. We got ours. We can't save the whole world.
We did a lot.
we did enough.
We did a really, really big amount of stuff.
This kind of dominated my entire life and changed it forever. I think we did enough.
It's been 17 years. Just chill. Just chill, dude.
Rust then says, I'm not supposed to be here. And Rust is like, he's going through it. Who knows what happened in that coma? He is going through some shit. Marty says he's going to return later, and then they both give each other a kiss on the cheek.
Or
they just flip each other off. You decide which one they probably did.
It's the same thing for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Russ was saying he wasn't supposed to be here. At this point, it's nighttime outside of the hospital, and Marty tells Russ, he's like, I got a gift for you, and it's this neat little packed like a bow on a thing. He's like, you gonna fucking proposing? And he's like, fucking open. It's a pack of cigarettes. Like, you remembered. Oh. It's a pack of Marlboros. You remembered. And that's honestly the best thing you can give to Russ Cole.
I think it's actually Camel Turkish Royals.
Oh, is it Turkish Royals?
Which is also what I used to smoke.
Regardless, a pack of cigs. To me, it's Marlboros are harsh cowboy killers, which is why I just associate it. But yeah, it's a pack of cigarettes, and Rust, you remembered. It's so sweet.
It's such a sweet thing for him to do.
And Russ can't get over about his experience where his consciousness was slipping in and out of death or unconsciousness or DMT or what was all happening in there. He says, there was a moment I know when I was in the dark that something, whatever I'd been reduced to, not even consciousness, that like vague awareness when you're just like in the black. He says it was a vague awareness in the dark, and I could feel my definitions fading. And beneath that darkness, there was another kind. It was deeper, warm, like a substance. I could feel, man, and I knew my daughter waited for me there. So clear, I could feel her.
And McConaughey's line delivery here is incredible because he's like he's like choking up, like fighting back these tears. He's like being so vulnerable and honest. It is one of the most believable line readings of the entire show.
Russ doesn't cry, and here he weeps.
Yes.
He's weeping. He hasn't addressed his daughter's death or the lack of family or the lack of warmth in his life. And he's saying, I felt warmth and I could feel my daughter there. And for him to open up that personal like pain and heartache to someone, it's only because someone gave him a cigarette.
Yeah.
He's like,
that's all it took.
It's like, you want to know my deepest fears? Can I bum one? No, he's like, I could feel my daughter down there. So I could feel a piece of my pop too. It was like I was a part of everything that I ever loved. And we were all, the three of us, just fading out. And say what you will about your beliefs on life and death, about religion, about the afterlife. The most warming and welcoming and like calming part of me to dying is no matter what, you're going to where other people have gone. It's like, my mom is out there. And I don't know, if you want to believe there's a heaven or this or that. Regardless, when you die, you're going where they went. So if nothing else, he is feeling like this sense of oneness with the universe and rejoining of love lost, of people lost. And all I had to do was let go. And I did. I said, darkness? Yeah. And I disappeared. But I could still feel her love there even more than before. Nothing. There was nothing but that love. Then I woke up to you eating a fucking pudding cup.
You fucker.
Asshole. But then he woke up from that feeling, and that's why he was so insistent, like, I'm not supposed to be here. I did let go. I wanted to join and die. I wanted to move on. And then Marty's not a poet, but Marty's like, he asked Russ about when he used to make up stories about the stars when he was young. I tell you, Marty, I've been up in that room looking out those windows every night here and just thinking, it's just one story, the oldest story, light versus dark. Looking up at the stars, and Marty says, well, I know we ain't in Alaska, but it appears to me that the dark has a lot more territory, which is, of course, true. The night sky is so dark, but if you're out there, the stars are glowing. And, you're right about that. But Russ says, you're looking at it wrong. The sky thing, once there was only dark. If you ask me, the light's winning. And this is just such a beautiful character arc for Rust. He has found hope and the concept of belonging and love in a very real way again. He sees that despite that we're drowning in shit and the mess that is modern living, and he's like, well, there's still light.
Yeah. It is such a fitting ending for both of these guys, too. Like, Russ just addressing and finally resolving his daughter's death is a huge thing that he literally is one of the first things he says in the first episode is my daughter's birthday, so I was going to have a drink.
He's been running from these feelings for 17 years.
Yes.
20
and
years.
Marty breaking down with his family and being able to be vulnerable, and the fact that these two guys are finally, like, I like to picture that they're just, like, hanging out, having a beer, 20 years later. They're probably still friends.
Oh, yeah.
You've watched these guys' relationship ebb and flow and change, and then to have it all pay off and they both survive and they come out the other side completely reformed.
And
chef's kiss.
Able to love and able to be honest and, like, the debt's paid. We're weak but open to the idea of moving on and able to move on for the first time for both of them, like, ever. And maybe they bought an apartment together. Maybe they joined a dart league or something. Who knows? I don't know what happened to these characters. I hope we never find out.
Yeah, please don't.
Because it's perfect. It is a perfect fucking story. Time is a flat circle. And this, God, it's such a perfect ending to a show, it seems impossible to land this plane, and they just fucking did it blindfolded and backwards and upside down. And I'm so completely enamored and just high on this show.
You know who else was enamored? Myself and 2.3 million other U.S. viewers, because True Detective debuted to 2.3 million viewers, becoming HBO's highest rated series premiere since the pilot episode of Boardwalk Empire, which is also a fantastic show.
And it steadily gained viewers every week.
Yeah, because once people, like we said, we've been saying it the entire time, this train picks up steam and does not stop until the end. The series ultimately won 5 Emmy Awards: Outstanding Directing for Fukunawa, Outstanding Casting, Outstanding Main Title Design, Outstanding Makeup, and Outstanding Cinematography. Harrelson and McConaughey, though, would both lose Lead Actor Emmy to Walter White.
Possibly the most stacked lead actor award ever. We had Jeff Daniels, I think for I forget the show he's in, that political one.
Yeah, that political show.
I didn't watch it. Oh, it was Jeff Daniels.
I've seen clips, though.
John Hamm from Mad Men, Walter White, Bryan Cranston, and McConaughey and Harrelson. I'm like, can we give out 5 awards? Can we just call it this time? But no, they both lost to Cranston. John Hamm mentioned, he's like, yeah, I was nominated 6 times for Emmys, lead actor. As soon as Breaking Bad ended, that last season I won because Bryan Cranston was no longer nominated.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. Outstanding. I mean, awards are awards. To me, this just wins best single series ever made.
I think so too.
I couldn't take us like, and if you want to me, it's my favorite show. This is where it's tricky because I don't like the other seasons as much, but this single season of television is the best single season of television that has ever been made, in my opinion.
I wholeheartedly agree with you.
Yeah.
Because even Breaking Bad, I would argue, is my favorite show of all time.
It feels like kind of different.
Yeah, it's different because you got 5 seasons of that to like throw together, you know? The Mad Men, The Leftovers, The Sopranos, those are all like my favorite shows.
Yeah.
But if I took any single one of those seasons and pulled it out and set it next to True Detective Season 1 and had them battle, True Detective Season 1 is going to win every single time.
And, you know, it's very unfair to everyone involved that they're like, do another one. Do season 2. I'm like, guys, you can't. Dude, he just did the most impossible TV show ever made was just accomplished somehow. It's perfect. Nothing could be better. Asking lightning to strike 1,000 times in one place again is tough. And, you know, season 2, diminishing returns, it's different.
It's better after you know that it's not going to be season 1. It's an okay season. They never quite captured. They're never going to, but they never even came close to capturing the magic for the first season ever again in True Detective. And I like the idea of True Detective being a show that comes out every couple of years with a different case, with different cops in a different part of the world.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool, and you should definitely keep running with that idea. But stop trying to do season 1 again. Do your own thing. Season 4 was one of the worst things that ever happened to television.
I'm not that hard on it myself.
I hate it so much.
I think that I am more the exception though, because mostly it's a vitriolic anger, unadulterated, pure, seething anger. Season 4 for most people, and I'm very upset that they tarnish Russ Cole's. Well, you can't touch it because it's perfect, but like they try and say like, oh, and this is Russ' mom, and this is Russ' dad. He's a crazy dude, and this, and like, you didn't need to. It could have been its own thing, but you felt like they were chasing something. And Pizzolatto was very vocal, like, this sucks. I hate it. This is not right. And if somebody tries to take your characters and change things about them, or add to them, or subtract from them, it's like, fuck you all the way.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
How about you just do your own thing?
This season is perfect.
10 out of 10 across the board. Dare say 11 out of 10.
If there was a higher thing than a 10 out of 10, but statistically we can't. Numerically, it's impossible. I mean, we can do the fun Spinal Tap thing. This is perfect. It's enjoyable. It sums up a lot of my feelings on life and death. And it's just good television.
I'm really happy we got to cover this. It forced me, not that I was unwilling, to rewatch it again.
You're like, oh no, whoops! I'm gonna watch it again. Whoops! I did season 2.
I did do season 2.
Yeah,
I haven't done 3 yet, but I've only seen 3 once, and I think I'm going to give it another shot. I might try 4 to see if the shoe fits better the second time around.
It's still at least Jodie Foster.
I do like Jodie Foster.
Yeah,
and the Alaska scene
I like Alaska.
setting is really cool.
Do you want to know what we're doing next on Popcorn Dogs?
What are we doing next?
And now for something completely different. This was something that has been casually brought up a couple of times in the Discord, and one of our longest supporting friends, the first member of our Patreon, the first person who reached out to us, Ryan Kristinek. Ryan will be joining us to discuss Small Soldiers.
Yeah.
Now, there's probably going to be less philosophy, but more emissaries of the Gorgonites,
less pedophiles,
and more Phil Hartmans.
Yes.
So, yeah, that'll be.
I have not watched that movie in probably over 25 years.
You know, this is like we just drank like a $500 bottle of scotch. It's like, you want to do a Jaeger bomb.
Yes.
And we are going to do some small soldiers Jaeger bombs. If you've enjoyed this show, we would love it if you wrote a review. We would love it if you followed us, subscribe, tell your friends. If you want access to more episodes of Popcorn Dogs, you can check out patreon.com/hairthedogcast and get access to all of our other shows as well. Special thanks to Patreon executive producers Phil Wright, Brian Ward, Ryan Christie Nick, Kipper, Jordan Hoff, Phil Just Red Bear Phil. Thanks Tyler, Justin Melly, Just Sonic, Spetsnaz, Ejot, Tony Pepperoni, BG, Andy Bongwater, and Andy Alexander Typewriter 1 Error. I don't update my Patreon list enough. Alexander Typewriter Error 1, Mr. Friend Person. Thanks, Tyler.
It's something like that.
We love you. And we're going to get your name right one time. It's a weird name. Let's be honest.
We're working on it.
We're trying.
I can barely read, so I'm glad he's doing it.
And we haven't done a TV show since we did The Boys and Stranger Things, like episode 3. And I don't know what we chose as the better one, but True Detective is... We usually rank movies. We're not going to rank this. This is better than everything, so deal with it.
Yeah, it's just pointless.
But we'll see you next time on Popcorn Dogs.
All right, everybody. Time's a flat circle. We'll do this episode again.
Just a regular type dude with a little bit of depression.
Just a little bit.
Bye.